Hey everyone, Isaac Weintraub here. I'm going to run you through about a 5 to 7 minute warm up that will set you up for a round of golf. Typically, I like to get to the golf course about an hour early and run through a warm up of about 5 to 10 minutes in the locker room and then head down to the range for 20 minutes and just try to get loose. If I spend too much time on the range, I end up working on my golf swing and then my golf game ends up suffering for it. So I'm going to run you through about a 5-minute workout here, and I think it'll help you get ready for a round of golf. What you're going to do first is you're going to do 10 air squats up against a bench, or it doesn't even have to be up against a bench. But what I want you to do is I want you to try to keep your shins as vertical as possible when you're doing a squat. So I'm going to do 10. 1, I would start with those, and then I'll find a bench somewhere, and I'll get my knees on it. If your knees are a little sensitive, you can get a towel and put a towel down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one knee on this bench, and I'm going to do what's called a bird dog. So I'm going to balance here on this one knee, and I'm going to bring my leg up. You can't see my toes, but if you could, they're pointed. I'm trying to keep my abs sucked in while I do this, and I'm trying to go up and down. I'm going to do 8 of those on each side. Now I'm going to switch sides, again making sure that my abs are as tight as possible. Everything else will typically let go as if the abs are tight. Try to keep my leg as straight as possible as I'm doing that, and I'm trying not to arch my back. Once I do those, now I'll do something called a walkout. A walkout is basically bend over, see if you can touch the ground, and walk your hands out a few inches. And then from there, you can walk your feet towards your hands like this. 1, 2, 3. What I'm going to do is as I step forward, I'm going to kick the other leg up, sort of combining the bird dog and the walkout. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then as I walk, 1, kick that leg out. 2, 3, 4. As my hands get closer, now that my hands are closer, I'm going to do it again. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to go step 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll just run through that twice, and that usually gets the hips pretty loose. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an upper body turn. I'm going to try to keep my lower body still, and I'm going to turn my upper body around it. So my lower body's still here, and then I'm going to try to just rotate my upper body around it. Just nice, small movements. It's not about how much, it's about separating the upper and lower body. I'll show you here. Arms crossed, lower body's still, and I'm just working that separation. I'll try to do that about 10 on each side. And I'm really feeling my abs tight and just feeling my shoulders rotate around my lower body. Now what I'll do is I'll shake it out, and then I'm going to do the exact opposite. So the upper body stays still, and then the lower body moves below it. So I'm trying to keep the upper body dead still. And again, it's not a huge movement. The feet don't go anywhere. It's just, can you separate the upper and lower body? My abs are trying to be tucked under and as tight as possible. So I'll go like this, and I'm going to keep the lower body still, the upper body still, and the lower body. I'm just trying to get that separation between the upper and lower body. I'm trying to do about 10 each side. Just a small movement, just to get the hips moving. Now from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine those two movements, the upper body and lower body. So I'm going to do a step and a turn. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I'm going to put my hands behind my head here. I'm going to step and then twist. I'm going to step and then twist. So these are lower body stable, upper body mobile, and then coming back. So you're going lower body stable, upper body mobile. I'm going to do 5 on each side. And again, I'm trying to step out to a point where my knees not passing my toes, and I can stay in a nice balanced position. And actually here I've got half the weight on this foot and half the weight on that foot. And then I turn. After I've done 10 of those, that's basically most of the movement that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to get my feet really wide. I'm going to put my hands out in this position here. So I'm stretching out the forearms, and then I'm just going to reach through my legs as far as I can. Stretch out the hamstrings a little bit, maybe a little bit of a shift left and right. Meanwhile, I'm stretching out my forearms. I'm stretching them out here, here. I'm stretching them out there, vertically, as you would in a wrist hinge. This way, I never really want my hands to go in that position. We don't want them to cup, so you're stretching them out this way, that way, and that way. And now I feel like I'm pretty loose. If you try doing that warm-up before a round of golf, hitting less balls, I bet you it'll work out really well for you. Good luck.